Morning, everybody. Suzanne Ullman here, heart failure nurse, San Antonio, Texas, originally from Seward, Nebraska. And yes, I am wearing a Nebraska football t-shirt that belonged to my grandmother. It says, "Prepare to be dominated, Nebraska football." I don't want to hear any jokes. She bought it in the 90s at Walgreens prior to an Orange Bowl that we won. Okay, might have been 95. Okay. Today's topic is something that sounds really complicated when you use the words to describe it, which are exponential transmission. But basically what it means is why this spreads really, really fast. Okay? Data point number uno is that 4 out of 5 people, this is just recent data gathered from China, like real time, 4 out of 5 people who tested positive for the coronavirus in China did not know they had it. Okay? That's why one of the reasons this is dangerous and why it seems like everyone's overreacting by trying to shut things down and keep people at home. Now, I have created a visual aid and my handwriting isn't wonderful. Check it out. I want to stress that the scenario I'm about to show you, thank you, Pablo. How is your bath? Yeah, pretty good. Makes me laugh. Okay. This scenario that I've created is based on actual circumstances that happened during different time periods when the coronavirus was not an issue, okay? So I'm going to talk about a random patient I saw in cardiology clinic. This is not a patient that I saw this Friday or that has coronavirus, okay? But the patient did cough on me while I was doing something, and then the next day Ryan and I went on a trip. So again, I just want to stress this is an imaginary scenario, but one that is quite feasible because it actually happened just in a different time, okay? If you hear weird noises, that is Ping. She's right in front of me here playing with some sort of paper, and it's loud. Okay, here we go. So this is this patient. I've changed the name, but her name is Phyllis, and Phyllis and her husband go on a cruise 3 to 4 times a year. They've been to cruises in Asia, they've been down the Danube in Europe, they go to the Caribbean, they go to the British Isles. Pablo does not like his view blocked. Phyllis comes to see me at the clinic. I give her an EKG, which means she lies flat on the table and I apply electrodes to her chest. This is just standard non-invasive procedure at a cardiology office. She sneezes. Little tiny droplets, in spite of her efforts to cover her mouth, get into my nostrils. Okay, I go home. I make out with my husband. It happens all the time. And we swap the virus, because I don't know I have it. Phyllis didn't know she had it. She got it on the cruise. Ryan and I the next day wake up and decide to drive up into hill country to go antiquing. And what happens? We're in the parking lot of a Cracker Barrel in Kerrville, Texas, an hour north of San Antonio, and we run into Bill and Barb, a wonderful couple from our hometown who had kids our age, who are just coming back from a vacation. Okay, so Bill and Barb, we have a wonderful reunion, we hug, we talk. They get in their Buick and head on to Nebraska. When they get to Nebraska, they assume their regular activities. For Bill, that means he plays his weekly pinochle with Glenn, Harold, and Leonard. Okay, Glenn is a name that's very dear to me. It's my dad. So now Bill has gotten the virus from me and from Ryan, and he's spreading it to the pinochle guys, and they're going to spread it to their wives, Pat, Bev, and Shirley. Okay? Bill also ushers at church, and he returns to his duties with his fellow ushers, Bob, and Bob. They're going to spread it to their wives. Barb volunteers weekly at the church food pantry. So she's volunteering with Bonnie and Daryl spread. She also goes to work out at Snap Fitness. Her favorite is Friday Zumba. And so she's blasting around listening to salsa music with Jan, Jane, Jean, Joan, and Betty, and we're spread. Exponential transmission. This is why we're asking you to overreact, okay? Stay home. Don't work out. Don't play cards. Don't go to the bar. If you love beer, Get a growler to go. Don't hang out. And if you're worried people think you're overreacting, you can blame me. And if I'm overreacting, I will quit my day job and go back to work at the Dairy Queen the way I did so happily in high school. Just do it. It's not going to be that hard for too long if we all overreact, or actually just react the way we should. I love you.